Alright, I'm back, and today we're going to show you how to do a simple collection quest. So all we're going to do is collect multiple keys or objects or heads or whatever you want to collect, and that's where the creativity comes in. I'm going to show you the raw functionality and how to do this and how simple it is. Level and mission design is not about just putting in, hey look, I touched two objects and now I can open a door. It's how do I make that fun and exciting. So I'm not going to cover so much the fun and exciting. That's what some of my gameplay videos are for. If you look over there into the gameplay playlists, you'll see Doom and a few others in there. Show you some examples of why something's fun, why a particular trap or collection quest is so much fun. So let's just go over the basics. So to play this, all we're going to do, this is a door right here, and to get out of this door I need to collect two things, which are these two objects. And going to hit play, and we'll play it and see what happens. So as of right now, don't touch the red guys, they will kill you. If we touch the door,
Access denied. Please try again.
we get a warning, and as well as text on screen in the corner there, debug text. That tells me I need to collect two keys. If I collect one key, hear sound. Some of that feedback is important. Let's make sure you have sounds attached to hitting this door and knowing it's wrong. Collecting the key, it worked. Touch it again.
Access denied. Please try
If I really
again.
want to be sophisticated, I could make it say something more specific, and that's the type of thing you want to do as your mission develops and you keep iterating on it. You need to find one more key, one more ball, one more apple, one more head, one more magic something. So let's collect the second. I know I collected it, I heard it, and now my door sounds like it moved, but I just destroyed it. And I open the door. Super simple setup. Right in your face. This is your basic gameplay of any level and mission. You start at the very beginning and then get some functionality in there and start being creative. How can I make this more fun and exciting? So let's look how we set this up. So there's two components. We have a door and we have keys. These keys are nothing more than static mesh. I didn't turn them into blueprints or anything like that. All I did is make them static mesh. So what I did is, where's my static mesh? Oops, I got a filter on here. Turn that off so I can see everything. My static mesh folder, all I did, which one is this? This is SM level key 2. So level key, there we go. I'm going to drag and drop another one in here. So instead of having to collect 2, we're going to have to collect 3 now. So checking this out, when you hit the third one, we're going to add the fact you're going to now need 3 to go in there. So we have our door, and again, this is nothing more than static mesh. I drag and drop my door in here, and what I'm going to do is create an event that's based on hitting this door. So from my door, I go to my level blueprint, open level blueprint, and I say, there's a bunch of clutter in here, I say add on event, collision, add on actor hit, and that is obviously already set up. So on actor hit, when I touch my door, something's supposed to happen. So as of right now, what I'm going to do is break this and rebuild it. I can use it as reference in case I forget something. Just to make sure something happens when I hit my door, I'll do a quick print string door touched. And you know what? Just so I don't have to look in the corner and miss my text, I'm going to also play a sound. And I will make it, I'll play it at the location where the door is. So pick a sound here. Access denied. My location, I need to get my actor location. That actor location is my door. It's selected. Right click, context sensitive is checked. Grab a reference. Play. Whoa.
Access denied. Please try again.
Every time I hit it, it's firing off repeatedly as long as I'm touching it. So we could put a delay there so it doesn't, before it fires off again, just to make it simple. Obviously, as you go forward and make a complete game, it gets more sophisticated than just a quick delay, but that will work. Alright, touch and door, not open. So what I need to do is set up a collection system where I collect multiple variables that let me, once I've collected 3, will open this door. I can either animate it or destroy it. I'll probably just destroy it in this case. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a variable in my level, and right here I click on variable, the top left corner, and I'm going to name it level key test 2. Now right now we see the colors different. I don't want it to be a boolean. You can't collect booleans. Actually you can do multiple booleans, but we're not going to go over that. We're going to do a different version. I've done plenty of booleans in other videos. Let's do an integer. An integer is a whole number. It is not 1.2 or 1.7 or 17.1. It is a whole straight number, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want to use an integer because I'm collecting a definite number of keys. There's no variation there. Alright, so here's my integer. What's going to happen here is I want it to compare an integer. And it finds it right away. Compare int. So when I compare this int, what it's trying to compare it to is this. And I'm going to get it, not set it. We'll set it later. It is looking for a certain number of these integers. The way I'm going to get these integers and collect them is by touching my keys. So right now, if it's greater than, it'll work all the time. We want it to be 3. Actually, we want it to be greater than 2. So if it's greater than 2, which is obviously 3, it moves forward. If it's less than 2, what we're going to do, I'm going to copy and paste this. So we're moving our fail, access denied, to the less than. So if I touch it and there's less than 2, I want it to say collect 3 keys. And give me the access denied. It would put a delay there so it doesn't fire off the audio. If I do it correctly, we're going to play the door open sound. Is there a door open sound here? Concrete block, there we go. Let's change this to door open. Alright, let's go touch our door, see what happens. Oh! That's strange. Oh, I got set it up wrong. That's the input. There we go. I put the number here. Haha. See? Simple mistake. The input's the integer. Got that wrong. Alright, let's try that again. Alright.
Access denied. Please try again. Access denied. Please try again.
Not going to open until I collect my 3 keys. Alright, so this is what happens when I collect my 3 keys. I'm going to select my keys. These guys are obviously scaled down a little bit. I'm going to leave that one bigger just so we can see the difference. Actually, no, I'll scale it appropriately because that makes no sense. 0.63 is our scale to 0.63. Alright, closer in size to those. So when I touch this guy, what I want to happen is back in my level blueprint. Let's find where those other 2 are, so I keep it the same spot. If I right click on this key, I already know this is set up for this one. On actor hit. There we go. Grab key level 1, grab key level 2. Move these guys, whoops. These guys up. Delete him. Go back and select my new key. Right click. When I hit it, on actor hit, what I want to do is I want this to set my variable. So I'm going to level key test 2. We're going to set it when you touch it. Set. And how I want to set it is I want to add 1 integer to this variable. So drag off here, and I need to do integer plus integer. There we go. Integer plus integer. Drag this down here. Get it? So the integer I'm adding it to is this one. So when I touch this, it's going to add 1 to my integer count. So from this point, I want it to destroy my key so it disappears. Destroy actor. That actor is my key. It's selected. I right click. So now when I touch it, it should destroy it. And let's put a print string here so we know. Key plus 1. Whoops, what am I doing here? I got confused. Print string. I meant to do this here. Key plus 1. Okay, let's go touch that 3rd key we just added. Watch out for the deadly spike. Key plus 1. Okay. Does this work? There we go. Here's a little trick. Watch this. When you set it, it'll print on screen where we're at with the collection. So, whoop, getting turned around here. These guys aren't going to work because they're set to a different variable right now. 1. Alright, tells me I have 1 because it's plus 1. And next thing I want to do is know that I picked it up. There's nothing worse than something disappears and you're like, what just happened? Did it work? Because we're not going to keep that debug print string up forever. So let's play a sound at the the location of my key. Pick up key sound. This is the location. This is reference to my key, right? I want to play there. Will it connect it? No, I have to get that actor location. Surprised I haven't made that automatic yet. Just get actor. Oh, and context sensitive doesn't find it, so uncheck that. Get actor location. This is my actor. Alright, so just double check everything's working. Alright, we just need to duplicate that with the next two guys. Let's make sure I'm not lying and this door doesn't open. My logic's working. My compare int's working. Alright, I'm not cheating. Alright, so we did the same thing up here for these two, right? Same thing. We have to change one thing. These are the same keys. What do I have to change? The fact that this integer now is different. I changed the integer. It's no longer level keys. It's looking for level key test 2. So we need to delete this. We need to delete this. And we need to set level key test 2. And from here we need to, we need to get I did it reverse again. There we go, break that. One. And let's get our print string up here as well. Paste. So I want my print string to happen at the end. Whoops, I connected the wrong spot. And I want to connect it here to the set. It'll tell me the number. Creates this little conversion node here, which is great. Now let's do the same with the other one. Get rid of the old integer variable. No integer variable. Let's add my print string. Let's get the correct variable. Set. Connect it to integer plus integer. Now we need to know what's the correct integer. Get it. Oops, this needs to be connected. Did that get connected? Nope. Alright, let's try this out. Let's put a comment here. What did I call these up here? Grab level key 2. Grab level key 3. Alright, let's play it. No cheating. See how our count works. 1.
Access denied. Please try again.
Oh, hello.
Access denied. Please try again.
Ooh, something broke. 3 worked. Interesting. Aha, I didn't connect these, that's why. Alright, that'll give me a better count next time. And the sound works. Now let's check my door here. Fastest way to find my door is click on it, go to it here, jump to event. So I touch my door, it compares the integer. The name of the integer is level key test 2. It needs to have more, as we can see the caret, more than 2. Not equal to, more than 2. That's the only time you're going to set that integer, so it's fine to just have it more than. If it's wrong, we saw this, it prints a string. It says access denied. We've seen that work multiple times. If it's right, this delays a second. Let's make it shorter. It's kind of weird it doesn't open right away. And we need to destroy the actor. Destroy actor, which is self. Self being this door right here. Actually, no, it's not self. What am I saying? We're not inside the door. We're inside the level. So I need to tell it to destroy the door. So I create a reference for it because it's selected in the level. There we go. Now this should be clearer. One, two. It's weird what happened to my false. Alright, the open works fine. But the false seemed to die off, I'm not sure why. Less than 2. Huh. This should work with the less than 2. Interesting. It's a collision issue. Working.
Access denied. Please try again. Access denied. Please try again.
Oh, what am I thinking, you silly, silly man. We gotta make it 3. Equals 3. Not greater than 3. We want it to be perfectly 3. Now let's try it. Ha! Can't believe I didn't catch that. Too much game development makes your brain spaghetti. 1, 2, false. 3. Ta-da!
Access denied.
Alright.
Please try again.
We get an integer, set an integer, and do nothing more than stay in the level blueprint. Super simple way to, I guess I'll just reset this, get rid of this old one. Awesome way to open a door by collecting keys. Now remember, the creativity comes in audio, pacing, how do you collect these keys, that sort of thing. So let's look at one more type of setup. It's the exact same, almost the exact same thing. If we look at this door here, and we jump to our event, on actor hit, we're still in the level blueprint. Only if my character touches him, right? I put this here, cast to first person character, because, and how you do that is if I shoot my gun, I don't accidentally touch it, and it opens the door or tells me you don't have enough keys. So if you do cast to first person, and you'll see right here, first person character. That's how we get that right there. So when I hit my trigger, if this is, make sure you connect these nodes as well, these 2 points. Only if my first person character touches him. We compare the int, which we already did. The name of the integer is keys. that key integer is stored inside of my first person character instead of the level. So we go over here, my first person character, you're going to see keys right here. So now I'm inside my guy who's running around in first person with the gun. I set the keys here. So that's why the cast 2 needs to find it as well. Only when I touch it, the first person, it looks inside for this integer, it finds it, it compares it, and it says, are there more than 2 keys or equal to 2 keys? If there are, you destroy the wall, which we already showed how to set it up. This is the true, right? I have 2 keys, I destroy the wall, and I'm just playing a sound again, and it's the same one, concrete. So the tricky part of this is I get these keys. The only way I get these keys is by shooting enemies. So let's take a look at that. So it's the same thing, collecting the keys, but the keys don't exist in the world until I kill an enemy, and then it'll spawn a key. So if we walk over here, and this door won't open. That really needs delay. When you touch that, gives you the warning.
Access denied. Please try again.
If I shoot this guy, he's basically destroyed, but he also spawns that key. Same with this guy. Oh! Oh. I just lost. I let him touch me. Replay. You want to know how to do screens, go look at my Unreal Basics. I'll show you how to do a start win screen. Alright, let's avoid all the noise and do this right. This guy's coming down the stairs. He just spawned. Alright, so I touch this key. Notice in the corner 1, 2, 2. Touch this. So I'm collecting 2 keys. The complicated part is when I kill my enemies, and they are called Chaser AI. Let's go look at them. Chaser AI. Oops. Nope, they're in here. Chaser AI. When I look inside his blueprint, you're going to see this. And I go over how to kill enemies in my enemy in combat playlist. Go look at my enemy in combat playlist, but I'll quickly review it. On component hit. See this capsule right here? If I right click right here, on component hit, that's how I get that. It's just like touching a trigger, but I'm inside the enemy itself. So we're in the event graph for the enemy. If you look at the viewport of the enemy, you see our enemy. We just saw him crawl at me and kill me one time. Back to the event graph. When I touch this capsule component, which is his collision, or its collision, I'm going to cast to the first person projectile, meaning only when the projectile hits me. Again, we typed in first person, and we're going to find projectile. When that hits my enemy's capsule component, make sure you attach this as well. Play a sound, which is nothing more than him dying. And I spawn actor from class. And you're asking, what the hell is spawn actor from class? Basically, if we click on the class, you're going to notice that it finds all these characters, blueprints, all these things that are set up in the game. What I set up is nothing more than a key that's a blueprint. and all it has inside it is static mesh. So when you click on key, those are those blue keys we pick up. So, and it's telling it to spawn at the actor location. It's basically where the AI dies. Spawn my key. Super simple. And then obviously I destroy. The projectile hits my enemy, plays a sound, spawns a key, destroys my enemy. He disappears. This key now sits in the world. Now we're going to go look at my key. And we created this again in my combat playlist. Go watch me create a simple enemy. Those red enemies we see right here. Let's hit play. I'll show you how to set these up so that when your projectile hits it, only your projectile, it disappears. So if I wanted this guy to spawn a key as well, which is actually a good idea, have him spawn a key, then I can make it 3 instead of 2. As you see, he spawns a key. So if I set up a blueprint on my key,
Please try again.
Blueprint class, actor, and key test. We add a component which is nothing more than static mesh. Static mesh, and physically we see. Right now you don't see anything since there's no static mesh here. See this right here? Now I can go down and put in the key or the blue target or the simple enemy. There's my simple enemy. There's my key. So basically this is going to spawn. This is what it's going to look like when it spawns. Let's open the existing one. So the complicated part about this is where the variables are stored and where we collect them. So the key variable is actually in the first person character. So what I have to do with the key, just like what I did with my other key, I did it in the level blueprint last time. So when I set up number 3 here, I had the functionality happening right here in the level blueprint, and that's the easiest way. You see the variables and it's easy to collect. There it is right here. Touch me, set my variable, destroy the actor, play sound. Super simple. And then when you touch the door, it's all set here as well. Only the character can touch the door. It compares the integer, and we go from there. So the complicated part about this is my key variable lives in my first person character here. So when I actually run into one of these little blue keys that are spawned from killing, which we don't see in here because he spawns in the beginning, from killing this guy here, the crouching guy, we actually need that functionality in the key to add our integer. So let's go back to the key that was created, the blue one. On component hit, once again, just like touching a trigger, here's my static mesh, right click, add event, collision, on component hit. Cast to first person character. So the first person character is the only one that can touch me and have anything happen, as well as it finds the key integer. Oops, I just did the projectile, but there's first person character there. Create that, connect these two. Destroy actor is now making the key itself, which we're inside of, disappear. The integer is the keys from the first person character. So this is the tricky part. Right here we're going to have an integer plus an integer again. This text is doing nothing more than creating the 1, the 2, the 3 on screen, so don't worry about that. And this is doing nothing more than playing a sound. This is the important part, is my key, if I need to find it, there we go, first person character. So we got to scroll all the way up here, get key, it says keys, yep, get keys. There we go. And because I'm accessing it from a different blueprint object, which is my first person character, it brings in this node. And obviously connecting it to the first person character will find it. Connecting it to our input that's going to add to it, it's going to know what to add to. So if I hit a plus, that's actually not going to work. There it is, increment int. Sorry about that. So what we need to look for this, as you do the 2 pluses, you'll find it. It's down in the integers. Increment int, sorry. Integer plus integer is the one we used for our other key door. This one needs to be increment int. And increment, obviously, so the next increment is 1, add 1. So that's pretty much it you got to remember. In the key, you touch it. This is inside the key now, remember? Cast to first person. Destroy the key. When you look for keys, it's going to be under first person, and it's going to bring in this node that needs to be connected here, so it knows where to find it. And then increment int. This will add it. So let's see what happens. Let's do... let's just play through it. Open this door. Touch. Should see a 1. Should see a 2. Just if I don't do it right. Alright, so that's how you get a little more sophisticated gameplay. Have your key spawn from something that dies or something's destroyed, or have it spawn after you collect 3 keys and then go through this, have them spawn in a creative way. So that's 2 different ways to do a collection, but essentially they're the same thing. The hard part for this one is understanding that where the variables live. The key variable lives in the first person. You're spawning a key, so when you touch a key you want it to add to the key variable, but that has to find the first person character. That's the most complicated part of it. And when you touch the door, it's set up exactly like the other door. So if we go here, It's in the level blueprint. Does exactly the same thing. Cast first person. Just like we set up in the keys. Find the keys in the first person. Is there 2 of them? If there's at least 2 or more, go ahead and destroy the wall, which lets us walk through. If there's not 2 keys collected, you give them the access denied sim. Alright, that should do it. And like I said, you could collect 100 keys if you want, and you could put them behind walls and other things you have to do so that you can't collect the keys all at once to make a more creative, interesting mission or level. I hope that is clear for everybody and you understand it. Fire me off some questions. I hope I can answer them if you have any. Alright, bye-bye.